am I wrong when she asked me, I didn't ask her for anything in return, I didn't ask her to take it off the bill, nothing, but I was going to work toward that.
So maybe I was just seeing 3 steps ahead of where it was going, and it made my skin crawl. I got so awkward, I was just like, and maybe it was 2 seconds, but to me it felt like a minute. So, and I'll have to defer to your judgment how long it took, although I feel like you'll go your way a hair. But it seemed like 2 minutes to me in my head of us just sitting there telling her, yeah, these nachos were shitty. And she was staring at us, and we were staring back at her. And she was staring at us. Shitty nachos? Yeah, they were bad. So you didn't like them? No. And then there was these big gaps of silence.
She came back, and Ben goes, hey, ultimately, here's the thing. I mean, he didn't mean it wasn't directed toward you. You didn't make these. And she goes, actually, I did. I personally made these. And then I said to her at that point, well, that's where the problem is, because you're a waitress, you're not a line cook. So maybe the line cook should prepare the food and you should walk your ass over here with it.
You're almost further insulting
her.
Oh,
at this point,
like,
yeah, definitely.
Can't
because
even make a nacho
I was insulting her
properly.
Because of you. You forced me to insult her because you stepped in and put your 2 cents in where it wasn't asked for.
I didn't
so now
force you to insult her.
You took sides with her, and I'm like, okay, well, hey, this is...
You just happened to have insulted her because you didn't know she made them.
I didn't care. You were that really made you, because you're like, I bet you feel like an asshole now that she made them. I'm like, no, actually, she should feel like an asshole, because I could literally go out to my car right now, and in the trunk, with whatever I have in my car, gum, wrappers, I could make better nachos without even tortilla chips.
Cheez-Its.
That's how poor these things were. They were awful. And
old McDonald's fries.
Yeah, whatever it takes. I just feel like this. When you go to, if I'm a business owner, I'm going to give 100%. I expect my employees to give 100%.
I don't.
If
I don't expect anyone to give 100%.
That's crazy.
Ever.
I hold everyone to the same standard that I would provide if I was in the service industry.
I go into anything fully confident that if 75% happens, I caught him on a good day.
But I understand that you know that that's the reality, but that you shouldn't accept. No one says you have to accept.
You know
that.
what? In life, when you're disappointed enough times, you just start to go, hey. When you've eaten at Hessel restaurant as many times as me, you go, just, you know what? I deserve this.
Not only are we going to shit on one business in this episode, we will shit on 2.
It's my fault for coming here and drinking. Shame on me for eating your shitty food.
I looked, and Ben's like, well, again, you. How dare you eat this entire plate? What kind of person eats an entire... Now, it wasn't just me. We were all eating it. But what kind of person eats an entire plate of food and then complains about it and makes a comment about how it wasn't great? And I said, it's the same guy at the end of the night sees the fat chick or ugly dude or fat dude across the bar and goes, whatever, I'll do it. And then the next day, your buddy goes, how was it? It was awful. It was awful. And the way you're thinking of it, you're going... Well, that's pretty shitty. I mean, you did it. Now you're going to complain about it? Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
So the culinary ugly lights were on, and you wanted to go home with those nachos anyway.
Those nachos were my fat chick at the end of the night.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
I wanted to eat them anyway because they were there and I was hungry. You get the correlation?
I absolutely get
it. And
I
still hold the right to complain about it to my buddy.
Matter of fact, I think that term and culinary ugly lights and backseat nachos all need to get hashtagged the shit out of them.
Blocked.
Comp block too. This is like a Seinfeld episode. We're gonna have shrinkage next.
I feel like I wasn't planning on complaining to the fat chick in this scenario. I was complaining to my buddy about what I had done and how horrible I felt that I devoured these nasty.
Heard you say she had a fat ass. She asked you afterwards. She asked you how was it. You don't go nah.
And I go,
you don't do that.
Listen, next time, lights off. Lights off.
Well, that makes.
With that being said, okay, so I think that part of the social anxiety is the fact that you had to look this person in the face and you felt bad for her. You projected how you would have felt had you come across me as a customer in this situation.
I'm an empathetic soul.
Sure.
See, I would have told the fat chick when I brought her home, and I call her a fat chick every time.
These are nachos we're talking about.
I would have told the heavy nacho with 3 pieces of iceberg lettuce when I got home. I would have said you were the most beautiful 6 Tostitos with melted Kraft cheese I've ever seen in my life. I would just be like, I got to get in some of the microwave refried beans. I got to get all up in that shit.
Yeah, but then after it was done, you'd just part ways.
Until they leave.
And then your buddy would call you and you'd be like, it was awful.
Yeah.
These were the worst nachos I ever had.
I wouldn't tell her how bad her nachos were.
Well, that's where we differ.
Are we talking about fucking nachos or not?
I'm lost.
Pretty sure I had sex with some sort of beef.
Let me ask you. Okay, so anyway, beyond that, just as another customer service issue where you could see why I get things done, and I was trying to explain to you and show you. Just live a minute in my world.
But at what cost to your soul? At what cost to your soul do we get these nachos taken off the bill?
They're not to anybody's soul. It's good business.
I can't go home and look in the mirror after that nachos get taken off. I can't do it. Have you ever waited tables?
No.
Then you don't know